In sports, everyone knows this. It's just nobody really wants to talk about it. They just kind of see it as a lost leader to an extent and a false science of recruiting and drafting.
That makes sense. And with the NIL and the NCAA, with how they've started paying college athletes, has that affected the way that your product has gone to colleges?
For our product, yes, but it's transformed sports. And who's to say that NIL is even around in the next couple of years? I know Trump and the administration currently are looking to omit that and get something back in where it was similar to the old system where it was scholarship money and that's about it. Maybe you'll get a per diem or you'll get like a base settlement, but even still, the question arises in the sense of there's only so much money to go around, and the parity at these programs, depending on your program, a good recruiting cycle could mean you have a winning season. A bad recruiting cycle means you could lose your job. So I'll give you an example. We were chatting with a mid-major basketball program based in New York State. They just made March Madness last year for the first time in like 7 years. Okay, coach did a great job, developed his players. Guess what happened after March Madness? How many of his roster transferred out? It was 85%. 3 guys stayed. Right. So because they were poached by the bigger teams, oh, hey, here's somebody we can get cheap. Oh yeah, sure. Let's bring them to a Power 5 school. They just poach, right? And all the power to them because that's the system that it is, right? But if I'm that coach in that mid-major program who just lost all my kids, if I don't recruit well in the following year, I'm done. Athletic directors are going to be, why didn't we go back to March Madness? Why do we have a losing record this year? Oh, well, we lost all our players. Well, you need to do a better job of recruiting. Well, I can only recruit what I can recruit, and I can only develop what I can develop, right? It can become a very vicious cycle. So for our product, my hope is that this allows for better identification of talent, or at least a more opportune identification that's truer to who that player actually is. And a clutch player, they might not always be the most skilled. They might be the ones that are underserved or just never got the opportunity, or physically they might be even a little bit out of shape, right? But they're the ones who, if you gave them the opportunity and put up and shut up, they're the ones when you need a play, they're going to make it. Right. And if you understand that those plays are the ones that correlate the most to winning, then being able to have access to these data points is not the sole deciding factor, but it could be a major deciding factor towards improving your systems and processes.